Yes, thank you. So, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this Women's Day weekend, just before the Women's Day, so weekend. And we're all here today to celebrate us, celebrate womenhood, and also learn about image management and how and why it is important for us. So, a little information here. This talk will also be live telecast on YouTube channel of which news channel was it, Deepika ma'am? Sorry, I forgot.
News Online.
News Online. Yes, so it's a Chandigarh-based news channel, News Online. So yes, and thank you once again for joining us today. I have Aman with me, who is my Vice President, and I am Rahat, President of Image Management and Soft Skills Council, WICCI UT Chandigarh. We also have Deepika ma'am with us, who is the State Council President, WICCI UT Chandigarh, some of my council members, and also we have members of other councils and presidents and VPs as well. So welcome everyone. And our speaker for the day is our mentor, the senior most image consultant in Tri-City. She is a multi-talented, multifaceted lady from the army background. Her father, husband are army people. So huge respect there. She herself has been an interior designer. She is a voice and accent trainer and an emotional intelligence expert, along with being an image consultant. She's the founder of Personascapes, which is her image management venture. So welcome, Miss Abha Chaudhary, and very dearly called Abha Ma'am by most of us. She has mentored us. And over to you, Abha Ma'am.
Thank you, Rahat. Thank you. And good evening to all of you. Wish you lots of power on this Women's Day. Yes, I see a lot of my tribe here. So I feel grown up. Thank you for having me over, and thank you, Deepika, all the members of the council here. I have been invited to share my thoughts about image consulting, what I do as an image consultant. And yes, we are the new age experts, as we call ourselves, because image consulting is a growing industry. Why I say so? Because I've grown in this industry for about 8 years now. And having had a taste and experience of quite a few industries, whether it was education, whether it was creativity, etiquette, I think somewhere it all boils down to our individual presence. हम खुद को कैसे प्रेजेंट करते हैं, खुद को कैसे एक सिचुएशन में रखते हैं, and that is how you feel within, and people respond to you. People get those vibes. So when you're feeling good about yourselves, not just in terms of your appearance, it's also in terms of your presence as a being, your emotional presence, your cognitive abilities, your ability to do your work, you know your job, your ability to handle situations, handle emotions, handle people, which is not easy, and handle yourself in those situations. All that is a multi-dimensional list of factors that go into me being present in a situation. So how I present myself and how I am present in a situation, that's been my journey. So I love playing with words. Being a linguist myself, I think I've grown up into playing with words, understanding the meaning of every word. Where does it come from? Where does this word take me? What is the meaning I need to attach to a word? So my journey as an image consultant has been a journey of my own growth. And I think I've understood the meaning of presenting myself and being present in a situation. That's where I take charge of my presence. And if I am present in a situation, people around me will notice me, right? So that's my experience of having been an image consultant. And I think I'm going to grow further and further as an individual to be able to grow in my industry and to be able to just own that little niche that I've created for myself. I've earned it the hard way and I've owned it, and I intend to stay on. So that's what I will share with you. So I have a very short presentation where I'll take you through the what an image consultant does, and then I think we'll have a conversation and take up some questions. Are we good to start, Rahat and Deepika ji and all the members?
Absolutely.
Are you all comfortable with my way of interacting with you? Hindi, English, or all English? Tell me.
Anything, Abha ma'am.
Right,
We're all comfortable with Hindi, English, so it should be good.
right. Okay. So, image consultants, the new age experts. I agree with this title because success is a tough battle, especially tough when we are so many of us with similar qualifications. It could be in any industry. There are so many doctors, there are so many fashion designers, there could be so many IT specialists. So, success has become tougher and tougher as a battle. And somewhere the human instinct in us does not want us to fail. Now, that packs up all the more into making success a even more difficult battle. On top of that, there's the environment that is always contributing. There could be situations like the pandemic. There could be situations where we are handling ourselves in job transitions, career transitions, relationship transitions, getting married, settling into a new household. It could be so many dimensions we could be talking about. And all we want is, the human brain wants is success. Nobody says, I want to fail today. Nobody says that. So we sort of as if resist failure. This means we are all striving for success, and it's a difficult battle. Why is it a tough battle? Because of competition, because of similarities. Somewhere we all may look alike, we all may be dressing alike, thanks to all the brands. So there's a lot of similarity that we can see. There's a lot of competence involved. You need to prove yourselves. There could be many, it's about building your reputation, how you are known in an industry, how people are talking about you, what is the social proof that you're gathering for yourself. So it all now builds up the momentum of success is now even more difficult. And then there are biases that we need to counter and to face and to fight up to. Gender biases, there could be cultural biases, there could be many biases where we see we're proving ourselves all the time. Even a homemaker, I think, somewhere is proving herself. So, what do we talk about? The battle that we have, men and women, I would say, who are constantly proving themselves, and proving yourself right all the time takes a huge toll on an individual's existence. And then there is globalization happening. There is the Western culture. It's not Western anymore. I think it's beyond Eastern and Western culture. It's globalization. And you want to always present yourself as, yes, I have an exposure to life. I have an exposure to other cultures of the world. And the more you're exposed to life situations, the more you're exposed to your business situations, your relationship situations, there's a very inherent kind of a sophistication that comes in. And simply put, what is sophistication? I know. Mujhe pata hai. So that attitude, gets in a lot of settlement within you. Without that exposure to globalization, we sort of always feel naive, raw. Mujhe nahi aata. What if I can't do it? What if others know it and I don't know it? So the FOMO attacks that we could be in. So globalization has also got us into right. And after all these struggles, as if it were not enough, we are sustaining ourselves and in our relationships. We need to always work on the work-life balance, which is such an El Dorado. It hardly seems to be achievable. So we are sustaining ourselves, battles all around. It's the psychological battles, emotional battles, financial battles, competition, proving yourself in competence. And then there are relationships that are so fragile, so fragile. एक मिनट में relationships टूट जाते हैं, पता भी नहीं चलता क्या हुआ, what went wrong. So we're constantly struggling. Now, I think now you get the gist of why is success so difficult? Why is it a tough battle? But I wouldn't say I'm being an army officer's daughter and a wife here. I think everyone wants to win a battle. We all want to do it, right? We don't want to give up. So, what is this battle for success? What does success mean to us? It could be so many things. It could be so subjective. So, what could success mean to some of you? Anyone wants to answer? It could be a very subjective experience of success. It's a very fluid term. What would success mean to us?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, this is Poonam Diwan.
Yes, Poonam.
Ma'am, for me, success is finding my why. Finding my why and working towards it and deciding to do things which are leading to understanding myself better and the vision I have created for my why, attaining that ultimately.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Poonam. So Anchal has also raised her hand. Anchal, please unmute yourself and answer.
Hi. So for me, I think success, it lies in very little things. For me, success is not like a very big achievement. I always have this mantra maybe in life that little things matter to me. So I think for me, happiness in the little things, this is the joy and the success for me in life.
Brilliant. Thank you, Anchal. Yes, Meenakshi, and then Jyotsna, and then Ramneek. Yes, in that order.
Hi, Abha ma'am. This is Meenakshi. So, Abha ma'am, success for me is the joy, the sense of achievement, the sense of fulfillment after I achieve something and do something that is meaningful. That is success for me.
Thank you, Meenakshi, Ramneek ji, and then Durgesh.
Hello. Hi. Success to me means being at peace with myself. So when I achieve something I really want, I am at peace with myself. I'm at peace with everybody around myself. And that to me is success.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Yes, Durgesh.
Good evening, ma'am, and good evening, everyone. First of all, ma'am, it's very, I can't express my feeling how good I am feeling after meetings after so long.
Yes, Durgesh. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, ma'am, all good. Thank you, ma'am. Success, according to me, is achieving small milestones and without harming the people around me or the conditions around me.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Interesting. So success is a very, very subjective term. We all attach our own meanings to it. Success to some could mean monetary success, financial success. Success could mean a relationship success. Success could mean an emotional success. It could mean so many things. But the fact remains, it still is to be achieved. So what is the recipe for the success? Recipe for the success over my experience and journey of having been an image consultant and with my life experiences, I think success is made up of two components. One, it is the credibility quotient, where you talk about success in any term. Let's say it could also be a situation where you want to win an emotional battle. So the credibility quotient, what does that mean? It means looks like he can do it. Looks like she can do it. It's all about creating positive impressions. It's creating your personal brand. Now that is in an industry, right? It could be in a structured industry where you're out to work, you're out to achieve business, and success means aap kaise dikhte ho? What do people get a promise from you? Looks like she knows her job. Let's hire her, right? It's all about those impressions, first impressions, which need to be powerful, positive, and how you are also creating your reputation, your personal brand. What are people talking about you? How are you being viewed on LinkedIn and all those social media platforms? That's your credibility quotient. Up physically, you are evidence enough that people say, that's the person, looks like, let's hire him or her. Now, for those who mean that success is a personal achievement of emotions, psychological achievements, managing relationships, credibility quotient still exists. Credibility quotient is, I think I can do it. Looks like I can do this. That is your credibility quotient within you when you're looking at a situation. So there could be credibility, which you could be looking at in two things: how people are looking at you, and then you also have a credibility. I think I can do it. So my self-belief also comes in, and it adds to my credibility quotient. How I am visible in situations and relationships. It's all about dikhta hai, right? And how you are seen, how you are visible. People hire you, or you are able to have those conversations with people in relationships. And then the second aspect, or the second quotient, I call it, for success is the recipe, which includes the reliability quotient. Credibility means I think I can do it, or he or others see, I think she can do it. That's a promise I'm making. Reliability quotient is now you're performing. You're managing people. You're managing stakeholders. Those are your management skills of managing people. And with people, what comes along? Emotions, egos. And reliability quotient, agar aap apni situations mein dekho, where success could mean overcoming a battle of life, of emotions, relationships, reliability also would mean now I'm consistently working on that problem. I'm performing to work on it. I'm trying my best to save a relationship. And I'm managing people in that situation. I'm managing myself in that situation. So it's always about two quotients. So success for me is, the recipe for success is credibility. Pehle aap dikho, aap kar sakte ho. Let people see you like that. And second is, you do it. You're delivering on that promise. Yes, I can do it. I've controlled my temper. It could be temper management. It could be working on your skills, anything. You're working on it. So there, success starts seeming a little more achievable. But there is no overnight success story. We only read it in newspapers and the headlines. But remember, those success stories are not overnight success stories. Those stories have been in the making for years, for months. So suddenly we keep abreast with a headline. It does not mean किसी ने वो काम नहीं किया. So any success journey needs to be worked upon. So success would then mean bridging a gap between failure of a relationship to success, making it work, failure of not getting a job, getting a job. It could be just your one leap from failure, where you're feeling helpless and hopeless, to success, achievement, a milestone. Achievement does wonders to our existence. So when success is bridging the gap, I would say an image consultant is a trusted expert who helps you cross over that threshold, that little leap, that crossover into a new room. That's the threshold, right? So what are these thresholds of life? These thresholds of life could be marriage, getting married into a new culture. It could be the threshold of crossing over an interview, getting a new job, that dream job. You have the competency for it, but for some reason you were not clearing those interviews. So crossing over that threshold. It could be crossing over a threshold of my confidence within me, my assertiveness. I don't know how to handle relationships. Thresholds could be many. It could be a simple threshold of even coming from a two-tier city and now living for a job, getting your family along and living in a new metro city. That could also be a threshold. So a threshold is just a word. It brings on a lot of psychological issues, emotional issues, financial issues. So crossing over a threshold is just a metaphor. It means crossing over a lot of your own barriers, a barrier that you could have within, a barrier you could be creating around yourself, between people, among all the stakeholders. So that is what an image consultant does. We help people cross over that threshold. And I add the word trusted expert. Why trusted expert? Who would trust me as an expert? Because somewhere I need to look like an expert, right? वो visual trust दिखता है, she can do it. So this means मैं visually वो trust कैसे करूंगी? I need to be looking like an expert. It does not mean just my appearance. It means my knowledge, my competency is actually being visually seen. Even before I speak, even before I share my content and my knowledge or my experience, I should have been able to tell the person, okay, talk. I know you will talk sense. I know you will be able to do this for me. I trust you. You are the expert I want to hire for this crossing over the threshold, because somewhere I'm stuck. I'm not able to just take that little step, right? So when I'm saying trusted expert, understand the gravity of these two words. I am an expert. I'm not faking it. I've put in a lot of work, hard work, a lot of study, a lot of gaining that experience of being in that industry, and I'm an expert. Trust will come from my visual presentation, my body language, my eyes will give out my trust, my voice will give out my trust, my body language will give out my trust, the first handshake will give out my trust, the words that I'm saying will give out the trust. When someone is talking to me, telling me their story of where am I getting stuck, I'm listening to them with that intention that your secret is safe with me. And how I listen to that person will keep telling that person, okay, I'm trusting her, talk to her, tell her more. Maybe she wants to know. मैंने कुछ नहीं बोला, और बताइए आप अपने बारे में. Of course, I will have some structure of questions. But the fact that I'm listening to them with so much of respect and intention to help, I can do it for you. Please tell me what is bothering you. That is, I don't have to say it. My presence will say it to the person, and the person will keep sharing with me what is the problem, where is the root cause. And that is where I want to get to the root cause and able to help that person. Okay, I know what the problem is. Now hold my hand and cross over. Right? And in that, वो एक step नहीं है. Sometimes it takes a lot of sessions. It's a journey which I will get that person from this side of the threshold, chocolate hi to hai, but this side of the threshold to this side changes the room entirely.
Surgesh, please mute yourself.
क्या हुआ? चोर हो रहा है.
Someone's baby is not happy. Okay.
Muted
Right?
them, Abha.
So when we are talking about crossing over the threshold, remember it's a journey you will take your clients through. And that's what I do. And in that every journey, I also go through a journey. It could be a simple threshold of even a positive self-image. मैं अपने आप को कुछ नहीं सोचती. I think I'm a failure. Now what? I can't cross over any threshold. I'm stuck in that own space. So that threshold could be as simple as just a shift of the self-image, self-esteem, self-value. And that is a deep journey you can take any other person through. So who is an expert? An expert is not just a spelling. An expert is a lot of gravity. It's a lot of responsibility. A person who's aware of what's happening around, what is this person talking to me about? I'm able to read the person. I'm competent. I am able to attach my competency to everything that I'm receiving from the other person. I'm not judging them, but I'm reading them with all my skills. Kuch hai beyond what this person is telling me. I'm trustworthy. I am going to give that person that promise. Your talks are safe with me. So even my other arm does not know what the right hand experienced. Has a powerful brand image. Somewhere the person who is sitting in front of me has heard about me, has got a whiff of the reputation I have built up. So this means trustworthy is not now between me and my client. Trustworthiness is a part of me. It's my second nature. So that people are able to talk about me. And that is why this person is sitting in front of me as a client or as a group of trainees. And this expert is an advisor. Advisor, who is an advisor? We go to banks, financial advisors. Who are financial advisors? Who are medical advisors? Who know their skill, who know their job. They have got that information, they've got their content, they've got their experience, competence, and they are also updating their information and content and experience. They're growing with the growing times. Always updating. That's an advisor. Latest kal raat ko kya hua? The advisor knows what's happened. How is it impacting my existence? Empathetic, huge emission of empathy is what makes me present in a room with a client who is trusting me so much. I have to be empathetic. And this person who is an expert, this means is constantly displaying the right blend of authority and approachability. So it is the right blend, which is not faking it for that half an hour. It's a part of me. It's one of my second nature. Or maybe I would say it is my first nature, where I'm not faking it. I could be in front of 100 people and they all say, brand image, see what is at stake, my reputation is at stake. So I'm constantly aware of what I'm doing. That is why I could be an expert. And talking about now image consulting. So what does an image consultant do? Image consulting, simply put, is a profession where it's a field wherein we interact with people. Our clients would hire us and we evaluate, we improve, we enhance, we update and upgrade their appearance. So we are evaluating. Evaluation means we have structured questionnaires, we have structured methodologies, tools, techniques where we will evaluate the person. What is stopping you from crossing over the threshold? So image consultant always works on two dimensions of a person's presence. One is the appearance, the outer presentation. You have to present yourself, which will correspond to the roles and the goals. आप क्या करना चाहते हो? What is your goal? What is the message you want to communicate? So how do you present yourself? So body language, your appearance, your clothing, your grooming, everything will come in there. How you're speaking is also a part of image consulting, but that is the part of the other aspect of me as an expert, where I am a soft skills expert as well. So what is soft skills? Soft skills will be all about how I am able to handle people, my people handling skills. And it's not just people, that is one important person also that I'm handling is myself. So it is my quotient with my interpersonal presence, intrapersonal and interpersonal, how I'm interacting with people and how I'm constantly interacting with myself. So my emotions, my body language, my voice, my communication, the words I say, मैं कैसे बोलती हूँ, what I say and how I say it, aggressiveness, is there an old hurt that I'm carrying, bitterness with life, which could make me aggressive, or I could be very assertive. So we talk all about the presence of an individual, the outer presence and the inner being, the inner presence. And from this inner presence comes out how I handle people, right? And from the outer appearance, it's a huge reflection, a very clear reflection of how I respect myself, that you are all seeing me. But something about my body language or my appearance could tell you there's something wrong. So there I also need to catch those points of what can I do in appropriate dressing, attractive dressing, and affordability is also there. And one important thing, authentic. You're comfortable in what you are wearing. You're not aping the others, but you are wearing what belongs to your values within. So that is what an image consultant takes a client through. Evaluations. It's not just hearsay, it's not just talking in the air, it's proper evaluations that we take ourselves through and the clients through. So it's all about perception management and people management. Those are the two expertise that we constantly are working on when we talk about being an image consultant. So that was my presentation so far about introducing what I do as an image consultant. And it's all about talking about etiquette, body language, communication, and it's also talking about appearance. It's not talking about appearance and clothes as fashion. It's talking about appearance that works for you, that gives you that power. So that's what I do. And that's the word I spread around.
Thank you, Abha ma'am. Thank you so much for that insight. And we open the forum for questions.
Yes.
Please raise your hand, and then I would ask you to unmute yourself and ask your questions. Any questions? Deepika ma'am, would you start?
Yes, I have so many questions, but I will start with one of them. Like, I found this profession very interesting, and honestly speaking, I never thought that it would be like so deep and such a challenging process. And I think I would like to put in that I think we all need image management.
Yes.
If I speak about myself and if I analyze what you people are doing, then I say, in fact, I was thinking about my daughter while you was speaking. I was thinking about myself. So I think at some point we all need an image consultant. And what I found very interesting was that you said something about voice modulation. You teach voice something. What is that, Abha? I want to really know in detail.
So it's all about the way you speak. Your voice is a very important medium which brings out the clarity of a message What are you saying? You can say so much, you may know so much, but your voice is very timid, or it's not matching with the power of your knowledge. So again, there's a gap. So when I talk about voice coaching, I also help people get that power in their voice. So it could be all about pronunciation, it could be about strength of the voice, it could be voice training. That is what I would do.
Deepika ma'am, you're on mute.
Yes, great, Abha, great. So anybody else with the questions? So many people here, come up with your questions. You have an expert over here. Next time she'll take an appointment and then meet you. So make the most of it.
Yes, Aman has raised hand. So Aman, please unmute yourself.
Yes, Aman.
Hi, ma'am. It was a pleasure hearing you.
Thank you.
As I've always, told, this is a very new territory for me. And yes, with every presentation, with every discussion we have, and on the third Sunday every month, I'm learning new things. And my question was something really related to my work. I'm dealing with the grown-ups, the youth. For them, the image is very closely associated with clothing, which is really not good. I mean, they have this fixation, brand obsessed, and this is something, we as teachers, as elders, or even as parents. I mean, I have a teenager. We should not be connecting image with the brands, and this thing. How do we go ahead to break this mental block they have? For when we talk of image, they talk of, oh, image means good clothes, good fashion, and fashion again, high end fashion and brands. So if I'm wearing this brand, it makes image and all, which we feel is not right. But how should we go about it, ma'am?
So, Aman, whenever we're talking about why we wear clothes, we have needs, right? It all depends on why are you wearing clothes. Now, talking about teenagers, that one dominant need, apart from covering up their bodies, the physical need is taken care of. But what is very important for them is pure belonging. Yeah. They want to wear brands, they want to join groups, they want to join those clubs where they want to belong. If I'm not there, means I'm not loved. There's something wrong with me which is not included, so I'm not included in that group. So that is what makes them get into that race for wearing brands. And because they are not evolved psychologically, they're still growing, they're still very tender to the experiences of life, we see that they get ruled by this need to belong, right? It could be coming from a lot of also disparity that they could experience from their home front and what the world is outside. Right? Now, it is okay that children are doing this, the teenagers are doing it, and it's also a natural way that they will learn over the time. But while they are learning over time, we as parents, teachers, we could start talking to them about gradually making them see the reason of it. Yeah. You want to wear that brand, okay? What is better for you? So we can make them make better sartorial choices. हर चीज जो ब्रांड में है आपके लिए नहीं है, maybe within that brand ये ले लो. Right. So there we can work on very quietly. We can also work on the economic investments in clothes. Of course, brands don't come without a price. But at the same time, what is the quality of the brand that we can start working on? So there could be many ways that we can start letting them see the other side of just wearing a brand.
In a very subtle manner, as I get it from you. Yes. We have to be really subtle. We can't force ourselves on them.
And we can't suddenly pull them away from their group. वो generation gap हो जाएगा, and this is the zeitgeist of any era that we belong to. जब हम teenagers थे, हम भी वही करते थे. आजकल brands हैं, हमारे time में शायद brands नहीं थे. So somewhere we all belong to that teenage, college, and that's a part of growing up.
Right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
We can't pull them away. It will lead to rebellious behaviors.
I would like to pay a small compliment when you were talking about voice modulation. I think your voice, although we are not face to face, even through the device, your voice itself comes as therapy. So it's wonderful. It'll be great to meet you someday, ma'am.
Thank you. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Aman, we will plan this sometime for our council.
Ma'am. Yes, Rahat, we must plan this.
Yes, we will. Thank you so much for that question. Ramneek ji, you could unmute yourself and ask your question also.
Yeah. So my question is more on how does one go about it? Like, for example, I would love to get my daughter go through something like this. So are there some courses or is it a one-on-one, or how long does it take, etc.? Stuff like, suppose if I am interested in getting something like this done, so then how do I go about it?
So Ramneek, it would all depend on what is your daughter looking for, where is she now, and where do we need to take her?
Yeah, that's another question. What age is a right age to be, like I think she at present she's not even entered her teens yet. So maybe, but as a person, like I'm a teacher, so what age is the right age where one could start on this journey? Because I think starting young to me seems more sensible.
Yes. So there may be not any age I think we could prescribe to meet an image consultant. It's like just like doctor, हम कभी भी हमें जरूरत पड़ जाती है. So I would think it would be the right way to look at this situation would be that ideally I would tell you how we go about it. I would want to meet the person. I would want to understand what the person is going through. I would want your perspective on the situation, and then what is the need for the training or the coaching or the guidance or the makeovers. Then we will decide on the quantum of work we need to do. What are the sessions? So more specific is only when I've had a first interaction with say your daughter. It could
All
be
right.
group, it could be group,
Yeah.
it could be one-on-one.
Okay, thanks.
So Ramneek, we're all here to your rescue, including Abha ma'am. We have a whole image management council.
Yes.
So yes, and
Yeah,
Abha
I
ma'am,
know.
so you could reach out to any of us, whoever. And so Abha ma'am, we have some messages in the chat box
Yes,
that I would want to read out.
Hmm.
So Chef Kandla is also a member of WICCI, and she's the VP for with Deepika ma'am's council.
Mhm.
And she's written a very beautiful message, which I would want to read out. So she says, friends, since I'm not in the category of being hired or trying to appear as a promising candidate, I shall refrain from asking any questions. That's not true. Anyone could. I shall state, however, that this was a incomparable session, very enlightening, and with several relevant sorry, just went there. Several relevant pointers. Good job, Rahat, and kudos to Abha. So thank you so much, Abha ma'am.
Thank you.
And
I
Anchal,
think you are Ms. Najhane. Are you
yes,
also a columnist with the Tribune? I think so.
Yes, she is. She's a
Yeah, yeah.
celebrity chef.
Yes.
Yeah, and she is the VP of my council. That is
Great.
Chandigarh UT. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we are co-columnists with the Tribune, but I don't see her in the group now. I think she might.
Wow. Yes, she
Yes.
must have left. Yeah.
So Anchal, who is the president of Wellness and Wellbeing Council, she says very insightful session. Thank you, Rahat, for this, and thank you, Ms. Abha. It was great hearing from you. Thank you, Anchal.
Thank you.
And Deepika ji has also written wonderful session. Thanks, Abha, for sparing your time. And thank you. I'm not saying my name again and again. But thank you, Deepika ma'am. Sunaina ji has written very insightful session, a very new field for me. Hope we have more sessions like this. Yes, Sunaina ji, we will. And thank you for the encouragement. So, yes, that's it from all of us. Thank you so much, Deepika ma'am, for letting us have this session. And thank you again and again, Abha ma'am, for doing this despite having such a busy day and working through the weekend. Thank you, Aman, for all your support and encouragement always. I couldn't have pulled this off without you. Thank you, everyone from my council, whoever has joined, Omkareshwari, Dr. Poonam, and the other council members, Ramneek ji, Sunaina ji, Anchal. Sorry for missing out if I have anyone, but thank you once again.
Thank you so
Thank you for
much.
the wonderful session, Abha ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, girls, and thank you, ladies. It was a pleasure to interact with all of you, and some of you I already know. It feels like home, and so I hope I'm not inviting myself into this too much, because
Absolutely not.
we all belong to a tribe, and that tribe is being a woman. So
Yes.
that's
Yes,
what
absolutely.
strength lies there. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we'll stop recording.